Hey everybody, this is Rizwan from increaser.org, and today I want to talk about what I've done in the last sprint, where is the current state, and what I'm going to do next. I've done 5 tasks in the last sprint. First, I updated modals throughout the app so that the app looks better and nicer, and there are no problems on smaller screens. Then I completely removed messages that suggest students from developed countries to contact me to get free membership because it adds an extra noise to this subscription view. And the fact is that I gave around 50 free memberships and almost nobody from the students continued to use it. To improve the onboarding sequence, I added an extra step at the end. It shows a time picker where user could select either stopwatch or timer modes. From that state, he will go straight to the focus page instead of going to the main page that has a lot of elements that could distract the user. I thought it will improve the conversion between the sign up and the first registered set, but in reality it significantly reduced the conversion rate. It was 70% and now it's 42%. So in the next step I will try to fix it and I will get rid of this step on the onboarding sequence. So in a lot of cases you try to do something but it ends up not helping and you need to think and reiterate, so it's okay. There was a way for user to add a set in case he forgot to start the focus session. The problem is that this view is pretty confusing and most often users open it and look at this and don't understand and just close it and leave. So finally I got time and implemented completely new version of this model. I think it works better, but we will see how it performs by looking at amplitude analytics after the next sprint most likely. There is no end in the stopwatch focus mode, right? So user could start the stopwatch, work on something and then forget about the app and leave it. Once they go back to the app and open it, they could see like, whoa, there's 10 hours of focused work. And it's completely destroys statistics and it may force user to leave the app. Like, oh, alright, the statistics is already trash, why should I use the app? So finally I added an option to change the last set right after the finish. Now let's take a look at analytics. The number of new visitors pretty much stays the same. Sign-up conversion went down and I attributed to change in the text that appears on the sign-up view. Previously there was a text like it's free, now it's 40-day free. I changed it because a lot of people respond to my LinkedIn messages with, oh, I was just looking for a free app. So in order to eliminate people that are not interested in more sophisticated tools, the conversion from sign up to first registered set went down and it's actually in its lowest. It means I need to focus on onboarding in the next sprint because it's really bad. The number of members increased, but if we look in the last period from, let's see, from this moment on, there were no progress. Like there's net membership net of 0. And it was for how many months? Like 5 months, 0 progress. And yeah, it's not very motivating, but what we can do. The main threat for the next sprint is to move on from Pomodoro to time tracking. In reality, Increaser was never about Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro is 25 minutes and 5 minutes breaks and 25 minutes and 5 minutes and 25 and then long break. I don't know, I never even used Pomodoro myself, like it didn't make sense for me. But because it's like associated with Pomodoro somehow, like there's also timer, I was always using like Pomodoro in messaging, in positioning on the landing page and so forth. Finally, it is the time to move on to time tracking or time management. Of course, time tracking associated more with corporate tools where companies track what other people do. It should be with a twist, like it's for personal use, not to report, not for reporting. But we'll see. But definitely for the next sprint, my goal is to completely remove Pomodoro words. There should be zero mentioning of Pomodoro. It's not Pomodoro. Pomodoro is not increaser, like, let's remove it. The second step is to change the onboarding flow. If we move toward time tracking, I think it makes sense to select project first. So in the onboarding sequence, if person ready to start working right now, he could enter project name and then select focus mode. And this will be different. In this onboarding sequence, there won't be this time picker. I think there will be two different options. So if he press stopwatch, he won't see the time picker, he'll move on. If he goes with fixed timer duration, there will be some interface. Maybe for some time it will be time picker, but we'll see. Yet I want to completely remove this huge round time picker from the main page. And that's where the third task comes in. I want to implement some raw design of how the main page will look without this huge round time picker. Maybe it will be just a list of project, and maybe it won't look good for the first time, but there is a need to move from the current interface and the current focus on this time picker to a new time tracking interface. So that's all for this sprint. That's all. Stay productive.